What are some ways to start teaching an off switch or self-coping for high arousal? My dog is the same way, so hyped and can't come down. So we're talking about dogs with hyperarousal. And if you click on the video that this comment was left on, you can learn more about what we're talking about when we talk about high arousal. But these exercises are also great for excited dogs who are learning to rest, adolescents. This is great preventative work. So if you go to the collections on our page, you can find the enrichment collection, and we have some videos there about on-off switch games that really get into the nitty-gritty. And on-off switch games are one of our favorite ways to work on self-regulation. And so let's say you have fetch. Fetch is a very arousing game. We could also put in tug or playing with a flirt pole or running. So you're going to take one of these arousing games and turn it into an opportunity to allow that dog a bit of that arousal. And then you're going to give them an activity that brings them back down. Then you're going to do that arousing and fun activity again. And then you're going to bring the arousal back down. So with fetch, that could look like throwing the ball, the chasing is the exciting part, into somewhere like tall grass or a wooded area or around a corner, somewhere that they have to sniff for it to find it. You could also turn that fetch object just into an object that you hide and teach them to search for, which is pretty straightforward to do, especially if your dog is getting super aroused by the game of fetch. Another way to do this is with a scatter feed, and you can do that pretty easily with any of those exciting exercises I mentioned. So say you have your flirt pole, you're playing with the flirt pole, and then you scatter some treats, and your dog ideally drops the flirt pole and then starts sniffing and eating, and the sniffing and eating are going to bring them back down. If your dog can't engage in the calming activity, you make the calming activity easier, make sure that the challenge and skill are well met. We have a video on that as well in the enrichment collection. And adjust the arousal. The arousal might be too high if they can't engage in the calming exercise. And then you increase the challenge, meaning you might scatter that scatter feed wider or hide that toy better and allow them to do the arousing part of the game for longer as their skill level builds. I also work on easy exercises like capturing calm behavior. I like to reinforce downs and create a default down behavior uncued. Teaching a relax on a mat is a must. I teach it in a way that it's really well generalized. The mats and beds become an environmental cue more so than a verbally cued behavior, and the dog always maintains the option to get up. There's no implied stay. Calming, enrichment, sniffing, licking, and chewing in general, learning to just like watch and observe, those are all great options. I often use mealtime to take advantage of this. And remember, this should not be frustrating. Enrichment should never be frustrating for your dog. Enrichment is enrichment if it improves their well-being.